Hello, podcast listeners. We know podcasts are a great way to catch up on a program that you may have missed on KSJE, and it's provided as a free service of this radio station. But you know, KSJE is now listener-supported, and so while you enjoy this podcast, we hope that you'll also take some time to join KSJE. Become a member today. It's quite easy to do. Just go to our website at ksje.com/support and pick the level of support that best matches your budget. Thanks again for listening. Here's your podcast. 12 minutes past 8 o'clock. It is Monday morning, the 28th day of July, 2025. Good morning, everyone. I'm Scott Michlin. Thanks for tuning in to KSJE 90.9 FM over the air here in San Juan County, New Mexico. In Durango, Colorado, we're broadcasting at 103.3 FM. And if you're listening anywhere else on planet Earth, you've probably gone to our website to do that. We're streaming audio all the time, ksje.com, or maybe you're listening to me through the new KSJE app. Whatever it is, welcome aboard, everyone. We're so glad that you've joined us this morning. Also, a welcome to our viewers who are watching the program. The video is streaming out live to the KSJE Facebook page and also to our YouTube channel. So welcome, everyone. Coming up in the next few moments, our topic this morning, we are talking about the TRIO program, the TRIO EOC program here at San Juan College Educational Opportunity Center. Lots of programs and lots of things that they offer to students here at San Juan College. It is one of the great programs for student success. We'll talk more about it and let you know what they provide coming up in the next few moments today right here on KSJE this morning. Then we'll check in with Lewis Campbell in our Monday Reboot segment. That's coming your way today. 8:50 a.m. when we talk technology, coming up later on this hour. Mick Hess will be here roving with the arts after the news at 9:06 on KSJE, our weekday classical music program, but he will get a little bit preempted, I would say, with the pregame show for our Connie Mack World Series coverage today, starting with the 10 o'clock game, 1 o'clock, 5:15, and 7:30 on the radio today. Don't forget, we remind you to connect with KSJE on Instagram, Blue Sky, and X, in addition to Facebook and YouTube. And if you're a podcast listener, you can subscribe for free and download KSJE podcasts. They're available at all the places you probably are listening to podcasts. So check it out and maybe discover a new local program that you may have missed recently. Don't forget also, the new KSJE app is available. You can get it today on the App Store and Google Play and take KSJE with you wherever you may go. You can listen to the radio station through the app, stream it, check out the podcast. They're all right there in your pocket. KSJE app. Outside our studios here at San Juan College, 74 degrees, a partly sunny Monday morning. We are expecting partly sunny conditions today with a high reaching about 93 in Farmington. Partly cloudy overnight tonight, the low near 72. Partly sunny again tomorrow with a high of 92 on Tuesday, 91 on Wednesday. Maybe a bit cooler on Thursday with a little chance, 50% chance of a shower popping up on Thursday. We'll keep an eye on that with a high of 89, 87 on Friday, and 88 with sunshine on Saturday. Overnight lows, as you can see, in the upper 60s. And we'll be back with more right after this on KSJE. KSJE is supported by San Juan Regional Medical Center, whose vision is to deliver world-class care, making life better for the communities they are privileged to serve. Offering a comprehensive range of inpatient, outpatient, and emergency care services so residents can live life better here. San Juan Regional Medical Center, community owned and operated, here for you. Back in Studio A with my guest this morning, as I mentioned, from the TRIO EOC program here at San Juan College. I want to welcome back to KSJE. Brandon Fercik is here, one of the program advisors at TRIO. Good morning. Welcome back to KSJE.
Good morning, Scott. Thank you for having me here again on behalf of TRIO. It's great to be here.
Good to have you here. Thanks for coming in. Also, Rebecka Hagelbarger is here as well, one of your colleagues at TRIO, another program advisor as well. Welcome to you.
Thank you. Good morning.
Thanks for being here. And as I mentioned, the TRIO program offers a lot of services to students here at San Juan College. It's, I don't know if we have enough time for all the things that you guys offer because it's a lot. But let's talk a little bit about your job as a program advisor and what it is you do with students, because you really work one-on-one with students. You both do, right?
Definitely, yeah. So one of our biggest things that we do with students here at the college is really get them set up with the timeline, right? Help them figure out how education can work for them, whether it's workforce training, a certificate, associate's degree, potential transfer to bachelor's degrees. And so really it's just about letting the students know what resources they have while they're accessing education or even thinking about education. So,
and is this, pardon me if you're interrupting, but is this mostly for like first-time college students from a family or not?
So the TRIO programs in general typically serve first-generation low-income students or students with documented learning disabilities. TRIO EOC, Educational Opportunity Center, is unique in the way that it can help people in the community as a whole community pursue education or workforce.
Anybody.
Training. And so anybody, typically who's over 17 years or older, because we do partner with high schools as well. So we work with some juniors and seniors as they're transitioning to college or the workforce. And helping them navigate some of the resources that not only San Juan College offers, but also the county offers as a whole.
Got you. So I interrupted you, but you were talking about how you then kind of help students decide maybe what is right for them, right? Depending on if it's a degree or a certificate or what have you.
Yeah. So in the area of San Juan County, there's some demographics, and it's usually people who are pursuing education aren't super sure of the opportunities that they have in the area, right? How long it'll take, the cost of programs, the resources behind it, some of the other community resources, the departments at San Juan College that we have that can assist them along the way too. But really just letting them know that all these doors are open and they can pursue them, and we don't make the decision for them. We advise them, and then they make the decision. But we let them know all the resources and hopefully give them all the information that they need to make informed decisions as they're navigating college, whether here at San Juan College or elsewhere.
Right. Very cool. And I guess, students can come to you and say, I just graduated from high school or have my GED or whatever, but I want to hit the workforce. But you're telling me if I get this certificate after 18 months, I can make X dollars more in my job. So maybe I should do that before I hit the workforce or something to that effect.
That happens quite often, yes. So definitely we serve a lot of people who are just getting out of, whether it's the Academic Career Engagement Center here at San Juan College. That's one of our big partnerships.
Right.
Is helping people as they've graduated with the high school equivalency or just recently graduated high school, or maybe are returning to college after they went maybe in 2005 sometimes even. And so helping them just navigate the resources that are current, right?
Got it.
And so having them informed of the opportunities that can come their way if they do pursue an education, whether it's a certificate or potentially a full-blown bachelor's degree.
Got you. And Rebecca, so it's not just maybe younger students just coming out of high school or what have you. I guess if there's someone who wants to come back to college who may be changing a career or whatever, you can help those types of students too?
Exactly. So it's just supporting the student and the community members, right, where they're at in their own education. So it could be, like you said, coming right out of high school, coming from the Academic and Career Engagement Center, or it could just be, maybe they started a degree previously and then they want to return. So we definitely can help them with that. And as Brandon mentioned, just giving them the information about the resources we have in the community and on campus to help support their academic success.
Right. And that list is pretty lengthy, as I understand it, too. And for folks maybe wondering, well, I don't know if I can pay for this, or I don't know how to pay for the books, or what have you, I imagine there are also resources for students in those situations, too, that you can direct them to.
100%. One of the biggest ones that I'll even mention right now is the New Mexico Opportunity Scholarship. So anytime we do a presentation, we always ask, hey, have you guys heard of this Opportunity Scholarship, the New Mexico Opportunity Scholarship? And
how many hands go up?
Usually about maybe 2 out of 10 sometimes, 20%. And it's not, I feel like there needs to be more outreach on that, and that's kind of what we do, is we provide the outreach for the Opportunity Scholarship, let our residents know that it's a resident scholarship. It has no tie to income. You are eligible if you've lived here for a year. If you're a New Mexico resident, you are eligible for the Opportunity Scholarship, and so it's letting them know that can pay their tuition and fees, which is your biggest challenge as you're pursuing college is the cost. And so if you are a resident in New Mexico, there are resources, but even then, if you're transferring out of the state of New Mexico, if you're a student going elsewhere, there are resources there too. So there's always resources to navigate, and some are better than others. The New Mexico Opportunity Scholarship is awesome. It's a great thing that it's doing for the state of New Mexico and its residents and the people who live here. So if you're interested in going to college, TRIO can help for sure.
Exactly. Great. And you know about about all these things too, I think. And so for folks who maybe hadn't heard of the Opportunity Scholarship or some of the other financial aid helps and scholarships and things like that, I think TRIO is also a great resource for some of that information too, at least to refer people to the other offices on campus.
Right, yeah, definitely. I think Rebecca can attest to it, but one of our biggest jobs is financial aid and navigating the financial aid process for students. And it's really important because it's not really, the questions can be challenging sometimes, and how you go from here to here to here. The fact that you need a parent or a guardian or a contributor to also contribute on the form as well can, I like to say, throw wrenches in the cogs a little bit and stop those cogs from turning. But as we move forward, we just work to navigate those processes, mainly financial aid, just to make sure that these students are getting those resources.
Right, and we're showing a poster on the screen right now about all the things that TRIO does, and one of the things at the bottom says that you guys speak FAFSA, so yeah. I know that is part of what we're talking about, right?
Definitely.
To help navigate some of that, which can be a little bit intimidating when folks are applying. That is that federal student aid form. And so Rebecca will tell me a bit more about some of the financial aid opportunities that are available for students, because I know there's a bunch.
So of course the FAFSA, like Brandon mentioned, just answering any questions that come up with that, kind of letting them know what different parts of it might mean, like the term contributor, for example, what that means for each student. And then also we talk about like the foundation scholarships here at San Juan College and assist students in filling out that scholarship, talk about the opportunities there, as well as the New Mexico Opportunity Scholarship, letting them know about the New Mexico Lottery Scholarship as well for recent high school graduates, as well as, if they need scholarships to go, like external scholarships that
Right.
are outside, that are outside of the San Juan College Foundation scholarships or anything like that. We'll help them find those, research those, and then complete those as well.
Gotcha. Now here we are at the end of July, and if someone was thinking of coming to school in August, next month, I mean, is it too late to try to get some of this financial aid and some of these scholarship things lined up, or is there still time to maybe get things done in time for the fall semester to start? What do you think?
Definitely could help them begin the process. Yes, for sure.
Good.
Definitely could help them begin the process for all of those scholarships as well as the financial aid process.
Not too late. You guys are here all summer, I know, too, working. So
We're definitely here all summer.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say, it depends on circumstance.
Right.
That's true.
If
Everyone's
it's too
different.
late.
I get that.
Definitely. Say the students maybe just graduated high school.
Yeah.
They're interested in going. They've already filled out the FAFSA maybe, or they've created an account for FAFSA. That helps a little bit. 'Cause
Sure.
then we can fill out the FAFSA and do. So the sooner we can get this information to the San Juan College Financial Aid Office, the better, because
Right.
then they can begin to do their due diligence and process everything. I wouldn't say it's too late, but I'm sure there's some people who disagree with that. Because
Right.
of the time crunch that it's going to take with about a month or less than a month now to get into classes. And so if we can get your financial aid done, it's likely that you'll have to set up a payment plan to keep yourself in classes here at San Juan College. So that's kind of what's going to maintain your spot in your course. And then once financial aid is processed, you'll get reimbursed for that, and then you'll get your financial aid package, of course. But,
Gotcha.
With where we're at, the sooner we can do things, the better, of course. But
Right.
it's never too late to pursue education, and whether it's a late start class in October or whether it's a spring semester class. So
Right.
we're here to help any time of the year. We can help definitely, but sometimes it's more challenging than others, especially with the time crunch that we have for the fall semester. But it's possible.
Got it. Okay. And I guess, as you said, too, if somebody really wants to sign up for classes and they may need to pay out of their pocket to start, but then once all the wheels start moving, they would
Exactly.
get reimbursed for that money. So they're not really out anything in the long run.
Exactly.
But they may just, because I know the college does want to get certainly payment to save that spot in that class, because that's taking a spot, and so that ensures that student is registered for that class.
Right,
When
right.
classes start.
100%. And I just want to clarify, if you start earlier, like say we're aiming for a spring semester,
Right.
there would be no need to set up a payment plan because we'd get everything done in time. We'd get everything done way before that needs to happen.
Plenty of time for spring.
Exactly.
Right now.
Exactly.
That's true. Good point. And I appreciate you saying that
course.
as well. The people that you help with the TRIO program, the TRIO EOC program, and we were talking a bit about them, that they are recent graduates, but also folks that are coming back to San Juan College and things along that line. Any success stories that maybe come to mind when you think about some of the students that you have helped over the years that you've been working at TRIO? Brandon, you've been there for a while now.
Yeah, well, in February will be 2 years.
Good for you,
About
right?
a year and 7-8 months now. So
Yeah.
it's been awesome working for Trio EOC, and every day we get to see success stories. I think that every day you work with a student and you get to sit down and you get to understand more about who they are and some of the dynamics that are impacting their life, whether positively or negatively sometimes. And we have amazing success stories. I think for me, one student that stands out, I can't give any specifics, of course, but there's a gentleman who was incarcerated for much of his life. He earned his high school equivalency in prison, and so he ended up graduating out of that program and then being released into back into society, I guess you could say. And he ended up going to college for human services, becoming a counselor, and has a path to now go assist people who had very, very similar circumstances to his life. There's also another student of mine who lost her adult son I think this past spring, as she was starting school for the first time. And so she was juggling everything I remember filling out the applications, and she was telling me this, and it was a hard appointment to have to, because at that point it doesn't become about school, right? It becomes about mental health and addressing those concerns first. And then, but she's doing awesome. She's over a 3.0 student. She's doing great. She's thriving in education and has a foundation and a support system. And so there's also another student who recently got out of an abusive marriage and relationship and navigated that while going to school, and ended up having to deal with a lot of the stresses that come along with leaving a spouse or a partner, having to go move in with parents or guardians, and really starting over again, and using education as kind of like that foundation and that launch pad into a fresh start. And so she's doing awesome and has been doing awesome. And so I think every day that we get to work with the student is a success story, because when they leave our office and they're informed and they feel encouraged and they feel empowered to go do the things that they've felt for a long time that they couldn't do, I think that's a success story. Right?
Sure. Well, and a lot of these things, to hear you describe them, are kind of life-changing, too, for these individuals that are coming to you, because they've got these certain set of circumstances, whatever it is, and we know that life throws a lot of things at people, and they are taking the step to kind of change their future and improve their future. And this is one of the steps to do that, is to reach out to the Trio EOC program to find out what's available and how to pay for it and how to get signed up and all those different things. And if they stumble along the way, I think too, you guys are also there to help existing students, right? If they're part of the TRIO program, it seems like they're always part of the TRIO program. You guys are there to answer questions or to help if they're here as a student at San Juan College and have a question about classes for next semester or what have you. I think the support continues after they are enrolled.
100% it continues, and that's kind of the lifeblood of TRIO programs, is that it continues, right? Is whether a student has graduated or maybe they're just starting out and we've helped them get into college for the first time, and they come back a year later when they're in their third or fourth semester and they're crushing it, and it's always great to see them doing good. And to know that they have that support system in TRIO that exists, I think is really important, because it's not easy, going to college, especially in today's day and age. And if we look at the demographics of San Juan College, I think the average age is 28 years old for a student here. So at 28 years old, there's a lot of different things that can happen in your life, right? You can have family, you can have children, you can have been in the military, you could have been divorced. There's so many different things that can happen in your time.
Right, maybe holding down a job while you're going to school.
Exactly. And so navigating that with those students and letting them know that, hey, my office is open, our office is open, stop by, even just to say hello. But if you need anything, especially, because there's a saying that I have, I think life teaches you the hardest lesson, and that's asking for help, right? And once you feel comfortable with asking for help, you'll be all right, because then you can say, you know what, I'm struggling. I think I need a helping hand. What can you do?
Right.
We're there to do that for them. So.
Nice. Very good. Rebecka, I want to come back to you, too, about some of these things and some of the support that TRIO offers for students and success stories and things like that. Anything that comes to mind for you?
Sure. So even as you said, we always are welcome to students coming back to our office and talking to us. We're always willing to answer questions, but even like when they have questions about the next steps. So if they want to transfer, we can assist them with that process too, or see what school after San Juan College might look like. It meets their goals, and can also assist them in meeting goals in their education as well as their career. And then also just hearing statements like, I thought this was going to be so scary, and it actually wasn't that bad.
Right.
It was so welcoming, and they feel welcome on our campus, and they feel welcome in our office. Just hearing statements like that And, you know, every day we see students that they have different circumstances or different experiences as far as their education goes. But just seeing them walk into the office, maybe a little nervous, maybe a little stressed out, but usually they leave feeling better, feeling like their questions are answered, and like they have a place that they can come and ask those questions and get the answers. And if we don't know the answers, we can find someone who has them. We can refer them to the correct people and get those questions answered for them.
Yeah, nice, very good. And I know it's funny that for some of us that have been with San Juan College and around San Juan College for years and years, and it doesn't seem like a scary place, but if you've never really came to San Juan College or had anyone go to college in your family or what have you, it may seem a little intimidating, even though it doesn't, and it's not. But that whole idea of a caring campus and things like that I know the college is really working hard to welcome everybody, and TRIO kind of goes along with that to say, you know, yes, we can help you. Yes, these are friendly people that are here to help, and you know, it's not that scary, and I'm glad that folks realize that once they interact with both of you and the rest of the TRIO staff, that this is a positive thing, and they're really taking their future into their own hands to make their future successful, kind of is what it sounds like to me. And so that's a great reminder to all of us.
For sure. And sometimes the hardest step is the first one, right? You have to start, and then once you start, every step you take, it seems like, okay, this is manageable, and there are the resources that, you know, just like us, and then we have, you know, other TRIO programs that can help give that ongoing support as well.
Right, exactly. Again, the poster on the screen, there is a QR code on that poster that will let folks fill out an application, I guess, for TRIO EOC?
Yeah, so that's our digital application. It takes a couple minutes to fill out. That we'll get that directly to our emails, and one of us will give you a call to set up an appointment to start navigating that process. I do want to say that if you don't have a high school equivalency, we can help you with that as well. We can get you connected with the A Center, and then come back to college and an education that way. So really whatever the aspect of education is, whether it's workforce training, a certificate, high school equivalency, associate's degrees, bachelor's degrees, we're here to help navigate that whole process. So if you're interested in that, fill out our application and we'll be in touch.
That's the first step to do it. If somebody would just like to maybe come in and say hello and meet you guys in person, or at least kind of talk about something in person rather than through an application, can they do that too?
Yeah, definitely. We're located here at our main office. Well, our only office here is at San Juan College, is a Central Classroom Complex, room 1307, I believe. You're right next to the adjacent under the breezeway to the mail center. So if you know where the mail center is, you'll be able to find us. But if you can't find us, we always meet our students at the clock tower where they know where they're at, right? And so feel free to stop by, give us a call, scan the QR code, let us know how we can help you, and we can definitely make it happen. So
there you go. The phone number is on the poster as well, I think, right?
505-566-4241.
Okay. Or EOC at sanjuancollege.edu.
Yes.
Is that the right email address to use as well? And so for the two of you who are working with these potential students and future students, I mean, again, it's got to be really rewarding work to see these students come in maybe a little scared, maybe not sure what's going to happen or what's going on, and then to see them kind of thrive here at San Juan College and offer them support if they kind of aren't sure along the way. Rebecka, do you have some thoughts about that, or have you worked with students in that situation?
Definitely. So just I have a student in mind that, you know, she had a sibling who had some health concerns when he was younger, and so she decided that inspired her to go into the medical field. But she was like, I've never had anyone in my family go to college before, and I have questions about how to even pursue that. And so we worked through the process of all of the opportunities, right, as far as health sciences and the medical field, where she could, you know, use that passion to help others. And so that's just really one that sticks out to me, that is really rewarding. But working with every student and every interaction is rewarding, because I learn something new from every student I interact with, whether it be from their past experiences in life or just with their education. So it's really nice to interact with people, and that's one of my favorite parts, is just getting to talk with people. And
right. Very, very cool. Brandon, what about for you? Any students come to mind, again, as you work with them and kind of see their success at San Juan College, much like your own?
Yeah. 100%. So I think San Juan College houses a lot of students with, I think, very similar stories and very similar backgrounds, and might be first-generation students, might be low income, and so it's understanding like where they're coming from is really important. And as we as I look at it, I started out as a first generation low income student navigating that whole process myself, and kind of without Trio EOC, I did it, and it was challenging. It was really, really challenging. And so being in the position to have students and help students as they navigate that process with very similar circumstances to what I faced as I was encountering college for the first time, I think it's really important, and it's super rewarding. There's a student who comes to my mind who's he's a single father. He is navigating he navigated college for the first time in the spring of 2024. He's actually about to graduate in this coming spring with his building trades degree. And man, seeing him just crunch through and do great things and get all these scholarships and just be this happy person, this happy student as he's navigating life, and being a role model for his son. I think just every time I encounter him and his energy, it's really contagious. It makes me happy. It makes me happy to see students, and he's just one of them. There's several students who carry that same energy. For instance, there's one student who came in, and man, you never plan to cry whenever you're talking to a student, but a student can come in and they can make you cry just by some of the things they'll tell you, and some of the really great things that they'll express to you, and some of their appreciation. It really kind of touches your heart sometimes as a first generation student myself. So I really do appreciate all the students we get to work with.
Nice. Well, and again, I think you both have unique perspectives to help these students that come in and talk to you and are available. And it's great that you're able to kind of guide them and be that resource, you and the rest of your coworkers at Trio. So it's a great story that you are telling, and a great resource here at San Juan College. Once again, it is the Trio EOC program here at San Juan College. There's a QR code on the screen, or you can give them a call or stop by the office and ask them all any questions that you want. Try to stump them. I dare you. Try to stump them. I don't think you can.
It's possible.
I don't know. You guys know a lot, but you do a lot of great work. The entire staff, please extend our thanks to everybody over at Trio for the work that you guys do, and thanks for coming in to share it with me this morning.
Thank you for having us, and shout out to Trio. Trio works.
There you go.
Yeah.
Very good. Good to see you both. Thanks for being here. My guests from the Trio EOC program here at San Juan College on KSJE. Did you enjoy that podcast? We hope that you did. And if you did, share it with your friends. And if you really want to keep podcasts like this coming, please support KSJE. You can do it easily online at ksje.com.